So I'm here at the Represent event organised by Octavia, and I must admit I'm pleasantly surprised. I do a lot of these events and they don't always reach local young people. They don't always reach the right balance of local young people and have the right level of voices and to be honest, the right level of pissed offness. You know, when I go to these things, I don't really want to have a polite discussion about flowers. You know, there's shit going on in the world that we need to deal with.
Tonight's event was ecstatic, like it was crazy. All the talent, all the young people.
More events just like this, innit? You know the ones there. More events to ask questions that are not being asked.
Shared is iniquity. Iniquity is suffering. Suffering is real. Real is corruption. Corruption is money. Money is work. Work is routine. Routine is dullness. Dullness is the majority. Majority need truth, but truth is uncomfortable.
Whenever we go to events that are about young people, often there aren't young people in the audience or on the panel. So for that, it was really good to see that.
There are different ways that we can do what we do. And it's one thing being on grassroots, and there's another person that can actually say it and, you know, tell it to the world.
The media is no doubt part of the problem with this image distortion between young people, what they actually do, and how people see young people. But if you find a story that you like, or if you are writing on Twitter or your own blog or something, if you know, everyone can write nowadays. This is the internet. Twitter is making stars out of everyone.
Because it was really refreshing to me that there was a certain energy in the audience. People are quite rightly irritated about a number of things and are looking for practical ways they can affect their own circumstances.
How do we mobilise masses? What happens here? Because that's what it comes down to. How do you reach out to the disengaged people that aren't here right now?
What we've got to ask ourselves is organisations that have been relatively successful at changing political ideology. What did they do that we're not doing? It wasn't the ideology that got people on side, it was practical things, food, clothing, shelter. So if we can't provide people that are not politicised with food, clothing and shelter, we're just another bunch of hot air, right? And that's the reality.
As a young person myself, it's nice to hear from people who are the younger end of young people and people who really care about them that are older, attending and listening.
Only 2% of children in care are there because they've done something wrong. The majority of children who are in care in this country are there through no fault of their own. But with the cuts that are going on at the moment, we are exposing a lot of these young people to danger.
It's very inspiring for me. I learnt a lot of new things.
Some of the rappers, like the way they've set out and what they've been saying, and put it into my own and like change the way I write something and change what I write about.
Time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around you again, your mind, if you're ready for the energy, I challenge them a rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy, your mind when the world's this. Lethargy is a crime. We can all fight with the brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk shit and get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics, we know money's nothing. Think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself.
Expression shows itself in many ways, and it can show itself as the art in there. But if there's no leeway to show it in that way, then it could show itself in a more unproductive way in the streets.
What I'd like to see now is legacy, is people here, leaving here and practically doing things together. Because it seems like a good blend of people that could do some stuff.
Like the theme of today, you've got to do it yourself. You've got to go out there and do it yourself. Just like you right now, you're holding the camera, you've got your kit, you're out there doing what you're doing, you're not relying on no one.
Sounds like cliche, you all need to unify, come together, but there's not enough of it, so it will be done, and Octavia Foundation, they did a sick job at this. I know my colloquial language, I'm sorry, but it's sick.
No